Well, here in Queensland, to try to tackle the competing interests of miners and farmers, the state government has set up a new Gasfields Commission. It's brief to restore confidence in the CSG industry. The chairman of the commission is John Cotter, a former president of the farm lobby group AgForce. I spoke with him earlier. John Cotter, which side of the fence are you on? Are you pro or anti-coal seam gas?
Look, I took up a position a long time ago when I was president of AgForce that this industry is there. It is not about whether you're for it or against it. There is two legitimate industries that make up the backbone of this Queensland economy, and that is agriculture and the resource industry. And they are both legitimate industries out there. We've got to make sure that one is not at the detriment of the other, and there is equality in the way they're dealt with themselves between each other and across the wider community.
Is that a danger at the moment, that one is happening at the detriment of the other?
There's certainly not a doubt that there's a perception out there that some people feel intimidated, and the resources industry in general, and in particular the gas industry, is steaming ahead. And that is the case. It is happening out there. We've seen massive amounts of investment by these companies, create a lot of jobs and create a lot of money into those rural communities. However, that doesn't mean that everything's good for everyone. And I think one of the jobs of the Commission is to see that there's equality out there, there's small businesses in those areas are benefiting, and the communities in general are getting a broad benefit from this industry.
The body that you used to be president of, AgForce, is still calling for a moratorium on coal seam gas development so that everyone can just take a breath, make sure that this industry is progressing at a sustainable pace. Is there any chance of a temporary halt to CSG?
Look, that's certainly in the realms of the government to deal with. We certainly, as a commission, will be looking at operating as the status is now, and that is the two legitimate industries going forward. Should the government go looking for that, I think in areas of new development, there's certainly where the developments are at the moment, there is EISs and approvals being granted. So these industries are going forward under those conditions, and I think we should reinforce the fact that this government has said they support this industry going forward under world-class environmental conditions. And I think that shouldn't be underestimated, what they mean by that. It'll be certainly something that the Commission will be keeping very much in mind, that there is no room for second-class attitudes by the companies, and there's no room for landowners being intimidated.
What powers will the Commission have? Can you impose new standards or new restrictions?
Well, the Deputy Premier has said that the Commission will have the powers it believes are needed to build confidence in the community, and I think we shouldn't lose sight of that's what my writing instructions are. Now, to build confidence in the community really is about having the powers to obtain information, so we have accurate assessment of the regulations and the impact of that on communities, and certainly the powers will be very much driven by what the community put forward in the next few weeks as to what they see as the issues out there, and not only the negative issues but the opportunities. I think we should always look at things with two ways, and the opportunities to progress this for the benefit of regional Queensland, and we'll have those powers to either recommend changes in legislation or to make sure that the legislation that's there is working effectively.
Are there areas that maybe you've identified already where you would like to see improvement?
Well, certainly I think reinforcing the fact the Deputy Premier has said this is built from the community, but there's some obvious things out there that like land access, like the impact on infrastructure. When the infrastructure we're dealing with out there hasn't changed in many, many years, and while the state government are in the process of going to be able to receive a lot of royalties from this industry, the federal government have been missing in action in this for a long time. The Warrego Highway is a great example. Central Queensland and the Western Highways out there, they've been collecting large amounts of income tax from workers in these areas, from diesel fuel tax, all those things in those areas, and much of that needs to come back in and be invested in the infrastructure. And then things like the wheat industry, the grain industry, the cattle industry will always have better infrastructure to deliver their product to port and to the people.
The LNP government has already flagged that the Scenic Rim region should be out of bounds for CSG extraction. Is it possible that there will be other declarations like that around elsewhere in Queensland?
Well, that's exactly what I said when it becomes the mandate of the government to do those, to make those calls and take away.
Can you make those calls too, though, as this commission?
Well, if we get a significant submission put forward by a particular area, we'd certainly be looking at it. We'll get expert assessment of it and make recommendations to the government accordingly.
You're going to have a number of offsiders on the commission. Who will those people be?
Well, we've asked for a set of skills out there for people to put forward themselves who believe they can make a contribution to this commission. Those skills are very broad, and the people we'll be looking for will be as individuals that come forward with particular areas of expertise, be it across land management, be it across the CSG industry. I certainly am looking for those sort of skills that understand both industries, but not only that, the social impact on the community is very up there. Local government are impacted significantly. And areas like that, I'll be looking for those skills in these commissioners.
Would someone like Drew Hutton from the Lock the Gate Alliance be welcome on the commission?
Look, we'll take all submissions from all comers. Again, it'll be on the basis of skills, and if they can prove to us that they are the most skilled person that puts a submission forward to deal with one of those areas, then they'll be assessed in a professional and a transparent way.
John Cotter, appreciate your time.
My pleasure.